Hello and welcome to 60 things that we do not spend money on or buy as a frugal minimalist family. I'm going to be reading a list that I've accumulated with my husband on my phone, so if I'm looking down, that's why. Just as a little disclaimer, a few things on the list aren't things that we never buy. They're just things that we generally try to avoid buying, some of them because of the frugal lifestyle that we choose to live. It's not to say that these things won't change in the future. They might if our circumstances change potentially. How the situation is at the moment. Number one is meal subscription services like HelloFresh. We do not spend money on this. We make all of our food from scratch mostly. We think they're extortionately priced. For some people, they work. For us, we don't use them. We don't need to. Number two, eating out and takeaways. We do not eat out or have takeaways. We're normally really disappointed when we do eat out and have takeaways because often there isn't really any vegan and plant-based like good options near where we live. So there's no takeaways, we'd have to go and get them, and by the time you go and collect them you might as well just cook your own and save some money. And eating out, often we go out and there's normally like a vegan burger or a chili that's like £15, which kind of breaks my heart a bit because we can make that at home for just so much less. So we don't spend money on that, we don't feel a need to. That's a great way where we save, a great place where we save money. Number three is alcohol. I do not drink alcohol. I used to have the occasional drink, but now the last year probably, no, a bit less than that, I've completely stopped. I've decided that it's not something I want to do. I don't drink, I don't see a need for it, and it's just so expensive. My husband will have the occasional beer, but we don't buy alcohol. Like we don't buy in our food shop for the week. And if he does have a drink, it's like a single beer that he'll have maybe when he after football or something. It's very, very sporadic. Number four is hot drinks. We do not drink tea or coffee. We never have. This isn't something we stopped doing to save money. We never have been a hot drinks family. We don't drink them. And that includes like takeaway hot drinks. We don't go and get teas and coffees from Starbucks. We save a ton of money by not drinking hot drinks. We do have like a thing of tea and a thing of coffee in for when we have guests, but often we have to get new ones before they go out of date, so we often give them away because we just don't drink teas and coffees. Number five is fizzy drinks. I actually hate fizzy drinks. I do just pretty much drink water. My husband will drink fizzy drinks and will potentially buy some in when we have guests and we know that we're having a lot of people around, like we're having a big party or just having a gathering. We will potentially get some in, or we'll ask people to bring some as like the kind of sharing thing, but generally speaking we don't buy it. It's not healthy for you, it's not good, and it costs a lot of money. So, and my husband would just drink it if it's in the house. Like he doesn't have a limiter, so if I bought like a big bottle of Coke, it would be gone in the day, and he sort of says he'd prefer us not to buy it because he can't really stop himself from drinking it easily. Number six, smoothies and green juices. And by that I mean buying them when we're out of the house. I only drink water, like I said, and smoothies, but the smoothies I drink are only the ones that I make. We don't buy bottles of them, we don't go to juice bars or smoothie bars, we don't buy them, we make them at home. We save a lot of money by doing that. Number seven is premium and expensive brands. I'm talking about like the expensive brands of baked beans rather than the value brand. We go for the value, we don't notice the difference, and often we're cooking them in things so you don't notice. But yeah, we're not a brand family, we're not fussed about brands. Number eight is lettuces from the shop that comes in bags or anything. We grow all of our own lettuce. We have now kind of most of this year, and we're hoping to be able to go do it 12 months throughout the year. And it's a really easy thing to do if you're wanting just to save a little bit of cash and have a bit of better produce. If you have a windowsill, you can grow your own lettuce. It's super easy and more delicious. Number nine is meat. We, like I said, are a vegan and mostly vegan plant-based family. We do not buy meat, and we save so much money by not buying meat. And with meat, we often don't buy the meat alternatives. If we do, we do them at discount at the food larders where it's pretty much free or really, really cheap. Number 10 is kitchen gadgets. So when I'm talking about kitchen gadgets, like we do have kitchen gadgets. We have obviously like an oven, but the only kitchen gadgets we really have is, other than the basic ones, is a toaster and a blender. We don't have a kettle, which people find really strange. We don't have a microwave. We just don't have any of them. We obviously don't drink hot drinks, and if we need to boil water, we just do it on the stove. However, I am looking to buy a waffle maker because my sister came around the other day and we made Darth Vader waffles and they were amazing. So that is a kitchen gadget I will look at buying, but I won't just go to the shop and buy a new one. I'm gonna look for a second-hand cheap one, and I'm not gonna rush into the decision. We do actually have a juicer, but it's not something we use regularly. It's kind of at the back of the cupboards for the time of year when our apple tree is ready, so that we can juice the apples. But if we didn't have an apple tree, we probably wouldn't have a juicer. Number 11, oh, this kind of goes hand in hand. It's new kitchen white goods or new kitchen gadgets, specifically new ones. So we bought our dishwasher second hand. It was meant to be £500 new. The previous owners only had it, I want to say, for like a year, and then they were redoing their kitchen, so they got rid of it. It was £80, but it works amazing. And then our fridge, our amazing friends were actually getting rid of it, and they said, do you want it? And I was like, yes, please. And we still need to take them out for dinner for that, because that was so sweet and kind of them. But generally, if we're looking to buy a new kitchen gadget, or some more white goods that maybe have broken or just need replacing, they're just kind of at the end of their life, we will scour for free ones or second-hand ones. And if we do have to buy them new, we will do a lot of research and invest in really good ones if we decide that we can't find what we need second-hand. If we do buy them new, it'll be ones that almost like last a lifetime is the goal. Number 12 is expensive china and glasses. All of our plates and bowls that we have used to be my grandmother's. She got rid of them, and I really love them because they just remind me of my childhood. But we have them. Our kids are just gonna most likely break them anyway. Most of them have chips in. They're to eat off. We're not fussed about fancy kind of looking good. That's just not us. They do the job and we're happy with that. And the same with glasses. We have our bog standard set of glasses that we use. We don't need more than that. Number 13 is plastic water bottles. We have our reusable water bottles that we fill up from the tap. We are happy drinking tap water. So then number 14 is pre-made jars of sauce. We make all of our own. They taste way better, they're healthier, and they're cheaper. We tend to make them in bulk. We freeze them, like Joel's just made a curry, and we get all of our own spices from Asian markets in bulk because they're so much cheaper. And along with that, number 15 is pre-made food, pre-prepared food, like your ready meals, like your chopped fruit and veg. I understand they have a place in a lot of people's homes because they are needed. We do not need them. We save so much money by making all of our own food, apart from frozen sausage rolls, vegan sausage rolls. We do buy them. Number 16 is sponges. We use cloths that we reuse, we wash at a high temperature and reuse them over and over again. And number 17 is air fresheners. We often have our windows open throughout the day, which I feel is like your natural air freshener. I don't think they're the best things for you. I have asthma and breathing in air fresher stuff always sets me off anyway, so we let nature air freshen our house. Number 18 is kitchen paper towels. We just use tea towels. Number 18 is multiple cleaners. We have a one multi-purpose cleaner pretty much that does our whole house. Number 20 is subscription services. We don't have Netflix, we don't have Disney Life, we don't have Spotify, we don't have these subscription services. If we're honest, we freeload off other people's. If she ever got rid of it, we wouldn't join up ourselves. We'd just be like, we don't use things enough to justify paying for them. The only thing we do pay for, I think, is Amazon Prime, but that's mostly like deliveries because we are in a village. They do deliver here, it's quite helpful. But yeah, we don't have any other subscription services. Number 21 is memberships, like gym memberships. One day I would love a gym membership, but that is unfortunately not in the cards for us currently. We choose not to spend our money on that. We work out from home, and even if we did have a gym membership, we don't have many people to watch our children so that we can go to the gym. It's easier just to work out from home. Number 22 is expensive phone contracts. We actually buy our phones second hand. We buy the phone outright and then spend £10 a month on our phone contracts. Number 23 is the latest technology. We are not techie people. PlayStation, my husband's PlayStation's as old as my eldest son. If it was up to me, we probably wouldn't have that. But we're not techie people. If the new technology comes out, we're not rushing to go buy it. Honestly, quite the opposite. I'm normally quite sad that they've replaced the one that I liked. I'm not good with change when it comes to technology. Number 24 is like multiple tech. So this is our only TV that we have, and again, if it was up to me, we probably would not have it. We don't have TVs in any other room. We have it in our one sitting room. We have a laptop. We don't have iPads galore, and I don't even know what other tech there is, but we just have one of these things. We don't have multiples. Number 25 is technology for our kids. Our kids do not have phones, they do not have iPads. This is more for their safety. So our nearly 7-year-old and 3-year-old do not have any technology. And currently our decision on that is they won't have any of their own until they're old enough to pay for it. We might change our mind. And that's not to say they don't have screen time. Like, we have a TV, of course, they do have screen time, but we don't just like have iPads that they can access anytime they want. Number 26 is television providers. We only really have BBC iPlayer, I think. But we don't have Sky or BT. We save so much money by not signing up to these things. Number 27 is apps. We don't buy apps like games. We had Candy Crush, and we would never do things like, when you're out of lives, spend money on getting more lives. Number 28 is new cars. We do have cars, both of us have a car each, but Joel's car is 10 years old and my car is 6 years old. We buy our cars used and older. You save so much money by buying a car 3 or 4 years old, and honestly, if you buy them from the right seller, they last your lifetime. We look after our cars, we invest in our cars, and we're hoping to kind of run them into the ground, if we're honest. I think Joel's car's up to nearly 100,000 miles, so we'll see how we go. It's only a little 107 Peugeot as well. So we have teeny tiny cars. Another way to save money, having 1 litre engine cars. We both have tiny cars. It's a squash and a squeeze to go out for day trips, but it works. Number 29 is impulse purchases. This is big or small. If we're out and about and we see something, we're not like, yeah, let's just get it. We go home, we have a think. Maybe when it's like a chocolate bar, we might. But like the other day, my husband and I popped into IKEA and we saw a sofa that we are in love with. It was £1,000 and we were like, oh, we really like it. Should we get it? But we're like, no. We went home, we spoke about it, and we said, what's the point in spending that money on a brand new sofa when our children are most likely going to ruin it? So we're letting the children ruin the sofas that we currently have, and then when they're out of this kind of spilling things on the sofa stage, then we'll look to invest in another one. We make sure it's something we really want. We tend to have like a wants list, and if there's something we really want that's more of a high ticket item, we'll put it on that list and we'll reflect. And if after a little while we decide we want to buy it, then we'll kind of make that decision to go do it, or see if we can find a second-hand version or a cheaper version somewhere else. Number 30 is things we cannot afford. So this one's a bit of a cheeky one. It's, we don't buy things with credit cards. We don't have credit cards. I think we've got one for like if we go abroad and they can only accept credit cards. We pay cash for things, and by cash I mean money that we physically have in our bank accounts. If we cannot afford something, we do not buy it. The only debt that we have is our mortgage, because obviously that's a little bit different. But if we cannot go to a shop and be like, here's my card, the money is on there that I have earned and saved for it, we don't buy it. Number 31, this one is holidays. We have not been on a holiday since before I was pregnant with my second, so in 4.5 years we've not been on a holiday. Eventually we will go back on holiday, we're hoping. But we actually have young children, we have chickens. The holidays don't seem very relaxing, the idea of kind of lugging loads of stuff through an airport currently. We have chickens to look after, so it's not easy for us just to like up and leave. And honestly, we just enjoy being at home at the moment. We enjoy our house, we love our house. We have a great garden, and his mum and dad up north to go see them for a few days. Or we just spend some time in the house and go out on a few trips. Number 32 is we don't go on day trips in peak time, so where it's the most expensive. We homeschool our children, so we have got flexibility here, but we tend to become hermits in like half terms and summer holidays because there's so many people and everything's so expensive. But often my husband will take time off work and we will go and do these things at a home ed price, and it makes things so much cheaper. It's off peak, so if we wanted to go to London for the day, we go in term times in the middle of the day. It's just cheaper. So if we go out on a day trip, we often look for like home education discounts, and we go on a cheaper time and day. Number 33 is new garden toys. We have a load of garden toys in our garden. We've got them all free on Facebook. People around COVID time were leaving them outside of their front gardens, and we would just kind of take them home, and they've done us great. I don't see a need to spend money on garden toys. Number 34 is toys that won't last, cheap or break easily. We try to teach our children that if something is cheap, as in a new thing from the shop, if it's a cheap plastic toy, it will only ever really end up in landfill. We try to explain to them, like, save up your money for something that will last you. We buy toys which will last, that aren't just going to break, and they're an investment. And a lot of the toys we have today, my plan is to store them away so that when my children have children, if they choose to, we will have the same toys from when they were a kid. That's what my mother-in-law has done, and I love seeing my children get to play with all the toys that my husband had as a kid. Number 35 is cheap things that won't last and we'll end up having to buy more of. When we buy knives, we're going to spend money on some good knives that last a lifetime. We don't want to buy cheap knives and then we're just going to have to keep replacing them, because you're going to end up spending more money and wasting more of your time. Number 36 is small bottles of home and body cleaners. We tend to buy the big, like 5-litre bottles of shampoo and conditioner and house multi-purpose cleaner. It's way cheaper, and oh my goodness does it last. My shampoo, I think I bought 5-litre bottles of shampoo and conditioner, which we all use in the house, the shampoo. And I think I've only just ran out of the first one, and I bought it maybe when we first moved into this house about 3 years ago. Number 37 is fabric softener. We don't use it, we don't waste money on it. Easy one. Number 38 is disposable period products. I have my reusable pads and I have my reusable menstrual cup. I love them. If you have not tried a menstrual cup, I know that they sound gross. Oh my goodness, they are life-changing. Please look into a menstrual cup. And as women, we are going to have to deal with this for a long time, so it's worth to invest while you're young specifically. Number 39 is fashion trends. If there is a new in thing, I don't know, I'm not fashionable whatsoever and I don't care. But if there is a new thing in, I don't know, wearing your pants on your heads, we're not gonna go and do that and buy things to become fashionable. We don't care. Number 40 is me, my husband, my kids don't buy clothes we don't need. We have a very small kind of almost capsule-esque wardrobe. If a item of clothing breaks or I realise there's a gap in my kind of collection, then I will look for that thing to fill it, but I don't just go and buy clothes willy-nilly. Number 31 is personal services like having your nails done, your eyebrows, massages. You can probably tell I'm not that type of a person. I don't care, and for some people who love that, that's great. There's no judgment here for people that do choose to do that. I think in all honesty, I just don't care enough, so I don't spend money on that. I'll save a fortune by not doing these things. If I'm honest, one thing, when I have the expendable cash to do this, I would love to do is having my eyelashes done. I've had my eyelashes done twice in my 9 years of married life, and both times I have loved them, but I cannot justify that right now in my life to be able to get them done regularly. Number 42 goes alongside that is household services like cleaners and gardeners. We do that ourselves. Again, one day perhaps I will be able to have a cleaner, but at the moment I am the cleaner. Number 43 is jewellery. I don't wear jewellery. I have my one wedding band. I have a little bee necklace that I wear sometimes but that's it. I don't wear earrings. I don't own jewellery. I'm not a jewellery person. I don't like the faff. Number 44 is perfume. My husband bought a perfume for me 2 years ago for Christmas. I'm still working through it. So I do use perfume, but it tends to be something I ask for Christmas and it lasts me forever. So I don't buy it. And I have one perfume that I like that I will just keep buying. Number 45 is nail polish. Don't paint my nails, don't have the time, don't care. Number 46 is multiple makeups. And by this I mean I have one bronzer, I have one concealer, I have one mascara. I don't have 17,000 mascaras. I use it until it's all used up and then I buy another one to replace it. Number 47 is cotton pads or cotton balls, whatever they're called. I use actually reusable baby wipes that I had from my children. I use that to take off my makeup. I've cleaned them since. Number 48 is cotton buds, or are they called Qtips? The little things that people clean their ears with. We don't buy them. We don't have a use for them. I don't use them to do my eyeliner, because I don't own eyeliner, because I'm blind in one eye. I can always do one side perfectly and I can never do the other side. Number 49 is shoes that I do not need. And this is with my kids and my husband as well. We don't buy shoes we don't need. I have 5 pairs of shoes. If one of those 5 pairs gets destroyed, then I will replace them. I have my wellies, my 1 pair of high heels, my 1 pair of sandals, my 1 pair of trainers, and my Doc Martens. Only 5 shoes I will ever need. And the same with number 50 is bags. I have a backpack, a kind of beach bag, and then like a nice bag, I guess, which even then, like, I'm like, do I need that? Maybe I should get rid of it. We'll see. But I have like 3 bags. If one of them breaks, then I will replace it. But I don't just buy loads of bags. Number 51 is Underwired bras. I said goodbye to them years ago. They are expensive. They are uncomfortable. I hate them. I buy cheap bralettes now, mainly because I can, because since breastfeeding, my breasts have disappeared. But I'm not wasting my money on things that are uncomfortable. Number 52 is Knickknacks. I don't do Knickknacks. Like, you know, people have them shelves, like the little, I don't even know how to explain it. Things that haven't got a use. Everything in our decor is often like books, pictures, plants. We have a lot of plants. Me and my husband both are not knick-knacky people. Number 53 is candles. We do not buy candles, and yes, I see there is a candle up there, but that was bought for me as a gift for Christmas, which I appreciate though. Number 54, we're on number 54, we're nearly there, is multiple notebooks. I have 1 notebook that I will use all the way through, and then when I'm finished with that, I either buy another one, or often I'm gifted them for Christmas. So I don't buy notepads unless I have a need to, because I have finished the one that I have. Along with the notepads, number 55 is excess stationery. Excess? Yeah, that's how you say it. We use what we have first before we buy more. If things are about to run out, then we'll buy some more of it, but we don't buy things for the sake of buying them. Number 56 is magazines. We do not buy magazines, don't have a need for them, don't want them. Number 57 is DVDs and CDs. I'm not sure if anyone really buys DVDs or CDs anymore, but we definitely don't. If we want to listen to something, it's on YouTube or it's on like Amazon Music, whatever. And if we want to watch something, it's on the TV, we can find it now. Number 58, we're getting to the end. This one's a controversial one, or I have to explain it a little bit, is we don't buy houseplants. And by that I mean houseplants that we already have, I will propagate. So can you see this plant up here? Let me go there. So this plant here that I have is a pathos, and I have a lot of them around the house, but they all came from one plant that I rehomed that I saw someone was getting rid of on Facebook, and I was like, yes please. I got it, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I probably have a good 10 or 11 pathoses around the house that I have propagated from the one plant. Same with my spider plants. I don't need to buy them anymore because I've got one and they give me all the babies that I need. People tend to buy me a lot of plants as well because I am the crazy plant lady. But generally, I try not to buy houseplants. Number 59 is new replacements of older things we already have. The sofa is doing a job at the moment, and yes, we would love a new sofa, and we eventually will get a new sofa. But we tend to try and just use what we've got first. And my number 60, which is more of a mentality, is we don't buy things to do the whole keeping up with the Joneses. We do not care what people think of us. We don't care about our old cars on the drive or our old sofas, or we don't care what people think. We live our life the way we want to live it. We love our life. And life is too short to always be comparing yourself to other people. So we buy things that we like, that we want to do, and kind of one of the biggest things of advice I'd be is just do what makes you happy. All these things on this list that you might be a bit like, wow, what do they do with their time? But honestly, we don't feel like we are missing out by not buying these things. If anything, it almost frees you up to really do the things that you do care about. And again, as another little disclaimer, just because I don't buy a lot of these things, or we don't buy them as a family, doesn't mean there's anything wrong if you do. Everyone's family is different. We are a family of 4 who homeschool our children and live off one income. This is the way we're able to do it quite happily. And if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, a like. Please subscribe if you want more frugal and minimalism tips. I will be doing loads more on how we manage to get by on one income. One of the biggest lessons I learned was working out my no muscles, learning to just say no. I don't need it, I don't want it, I don't need it. Have an amazing day, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.